Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about this current state of Rainbow High because it's always a fun topic to revisit, in my opinion. I don't know, I always just kind of enjoy talking about Rainbow High, even if the dolls have definitely gone downhill. It's not unpopular to say that. So we've got some new dolls to talk about, mostly just the little kids, because for some reason they're still making those. Like, these are selling well enough to warrant more of them coming out. And I also wanted to talk about the Creative Crystals dolls again, because we have, like, more stock photos. And I also wanted to talk about some real-life photos. So, with that being said, let's begin. So we've got two sets with the Munchkins. I don't know what to call them. The Littles. The Rainbow High Littles. We've got two new sets with the Rainbow High Littles. We've got the Dessert Shop with Candy Heart, who is Kaya Hart's sister, and we have the Pool Day with Blush Parker, Bella's sister. I just, like, they're bad at naming them. Like, Candy with a K is not a good name for a little toddler. I don't know. And then Blush is, like, a cute name, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it. It's a little strange. But it's not like Rainbow High has been the best with names lately, considering how bad the names for Shadow High Series 3 were. Like, we had Pinky James, which is, like, fine on its own, but then in the new Friends line, we had Pinkley Page. Her name was Pinkley. Unsurprisingly, the dolls are super basic. Candy has a plastic top and a fabric skirt. At the very least, they're separate pieces this time. If I remember correctly, in the original release of the Littles, their plastic tops and their, like, fabric skirts were, like, glued together. So it's at least something that they're separate pieces here. She's also got some little cherries molded onto her shoes, and I guess that's cute. The rooting isn't bad, but it really feels like they honed in on the green, even though green wasn't that important in Kaya's hair color, so it looks very odd. Like, when you put Kaya next to her, the green is not what stands out in her hair. I would argue that the blue and the dark pink are more visible than the green, but it really feels like they honed in on green on this doll. I don't know why. I feel like the green just pops so much more with her. And then with Blush, her outfit actually seems to be fully fabric, in terms of the little swimsuit at least. I'm sure the visor is made of plastic, and her shoes are obviously plastic as well. I'd say Blush is probably on the better side of the Littles we've gotten so far. I'm still not a fan of their soulless eyes. Like, I think something about the Littles that makes them look super off, other than the fact that the eyes are painted on, is just the fact that, like, their faces look so flat compared to a normal Rainbow High doll. And yes, they do have flat faces, but it's just the inset eyes just really adds something to the face, you know? It makes the face look less flat, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But yeah, here's Bella next to her little abomination. They had to put her up on one of the trunks that they don't put with the dolls anymore because she needed to be elevated some way. I don't have too much to say about these. They're fine. I'm not gonna buy the sets they're from, but I guess it's fun to have a little mini child-sized ice cream shop. That's the thing, this playset can only be used with other Littles. Like, when you have Kaya come over here next to it, she looks like a giant. And then they had to put her on, like, a little pedestal thingy to make her the same height as Bella. These things are just, I don't get the point of them. I always thought if Rainbow High did little dolls like that, and they did for junior high. You know, I was expecting something like the LOL tweens. The tweens are amazing. They're high quality, they're well made, they're well designed. But these just feel like they were phoning it in. Speaking of phoning it in, let's talk about Creative Crystals. So this doll line actually does have some pretty good designs, if you ask me. Like, I think Bella looks great, I think Iris is pretty, I like Skylar, and I like Violet. Only in the stock photos, though. I'm not giving Amaya any praise. She doesn't deserve it. We got a good look at their packaging now that we have stock photos. It was nice to see, like, pictures that were from, like, mom influencers or something. I don't remember where those photos that I talked about before came from. But we have some actual stock photos of the box now, and you can actually see that the corner age rating has been changed to 8+ for these dolls. So I'm guessing that's going to be MGA's argument if kids start ingesting the resin again. I say again because I'm pretty sure this happened before with the Miniverse. I don't know if kids were eating it. I just know it's very dangerous to mix children and resin. And that's why they had to recall like 20 million Miniverse units when they did this before. That's why I'm surprised they're doing it again with Rainbow High, especially when Rainbow High seems to be struggling currently. Like, are they doing this so they have an excuse to put the brand out of its misery? I don't get it. It's strange to me. Like, there's no such thing as safe resin. That was confirmed in the comments by my viewers in the last video. So, it just doesn't make sense to me that MGA is doing this again because it didn't work out so well for them the first time. Also, this Bella's got some weird lips. I don't know what this ombre effect they were going for was, but I'm just worried that all the dolls I'm gonna see at Target in like a month or so are gonna have really messed up makeup, similar to the winter dolls. They're getting kind of messier than they were before with their quality control when it comes to Rainbow High, if I'm being honest. I already mentioned it, but Violet in these stock photos is absolutely catfishing us. Because the real-life photos we've seen of her so far, I haven't been able to find them again, but the real-life photos that we've seen of her so far have just been awful. They've been so bad. She doesn't look good in person, and it sucks because she's gorgeous in these stock photos. Like, I want you to look me in my eyes and tell me that this doll isn't stunning in the stock photos. Like, the glitter lip is so pretty, her hair looks amazing, the makeup is pretty. I just really, really like this doll face-wise. And then in person, she doesn't look nearly as good. I feel very catfished by these stock photos because the doll here looks amazing. And then we have Amaya. Don't even get me started on her because we all know what's under that braid. This is a real photo, by the way. This is a real photo that someone who bought Amaya took of her. She has a massive bald spot right in the middle of her hairline to fit this braid that she has. Because they decided, oh, let's have this hairstyle where she's got a braid going up the middle of her head. And it's like, okay, that's cute, I guess. But I guess MGA deemed it worthy of making the doll virtually bald. Because she's bald. This is how she looks. This is just the doll that you get when you buy her off of Amazon. It's crazy. Honestly, I don't know how this was approved. Especially when these dolls are $25. Nobody wants to pay $25 to have a doll that's partially bald like this. This is a huge issue. And it's not it doesn't seem to be a quality issue anyway. Like, it doesn't seem like this was done by accident. It seems intentional for the sake of her hairstyle. Which makes it all the more baffling, because people don't like this hairstyle anyway. Not to mention, kids love to play with their doll's hair. They love to take the hairstyles down. They love to try to brush it out and make it look different. What are they going to do with her receding hairline? This isn't even a receding hairline. What are they going to do with this bald spot, dude? At the very least, Iris seems to be pretty high quality. I don't think I've seen any reports on what texture that her hair is, like what hair type was used. I'm hoping it's still nylon, hopefully not shiny nylon. Shiny nylon sucks. That's the kind of hair that Violet uses. But at the very least, we have been able to confirm that both her shirt and her skirt are fabric. So unlike the other dolls who all have at least one plastic piece, for Violet and Skylar, it's their bodices, and for Bella and Amaya, it's their skirts. Their skirts are plastic. It's very unfortunate because I love this Bella, but she should have a fabric skirt for being a $25 doll, you know? At the very least, new character Iris has a full fabric outfit. Obviously her shoes are plastic, but that's just become the norm for Rainbow High. Fabric shoes were something that we took for granted, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Iris seems to be good quality at least, so that's a win. I like this doll. I will probably wait to get her on sale just because I'm not very keen on paying full price for any of these dolls, unless I find them like with a perfect face, you know? Like if I come across one that has an absolutely perfect face and I have to buy it at full price, then maybe I will. If they look like these stock photos, that's the only way I'd pay full price. Honestly, I don't think I like Skylar as much as I used to. I remember in my original video talking about creative crystals, I was really hyping her up. I was like, this doll's adorable. But I don't know, looking at her more and more, I just remember, this is Skylar. And I don't like Skylar, so my love for her has kind of faded just as quickly as it came on. I still really like this Violet. Like, the worst part about her is her shoes. The shoes are horrendous. Because, like, when you look at her from the ankles up and ignore the shoes, this is almost a perfect doll. Like, I will defend this Violet so hard, specifically the stock photos, because, again, she looks ugly in person, unfortunately. Overall, Creative Crystals is an interesting line. Like, the dolls look good together, I would say. Except for Amaya, let's crop her out of there. Alright, that's much better. So, it's a gorgeous line. I think the dolls look great together. The only thing is that, again, it seems like the Winter Wonderland effect is happening, where the dolls have good stock photos, but then you see them in person, and their faces have the worst quality control known to man. It's unfortunate. I really wish Rainbow High was putting in the effort to, like, at least have good quality control, considering they've dumbed the line down so much. That's the only way I can describe it. They've really dumbed it down. It went from being, like, focused on the adult collectors. They definitely were focused on the adult collectors because it was adult collectors who were like, oh, this backgrounder looks like Cher, and that led to Cheryl becoming a doll in Series 3. Like, you can't tell me they were never listening to their fans, because they absolutely were. But yeah, now they just want to do gimmicky stuff. I think I'll get my hands on this Bella and try her gimmick out. I've never used resin before, though, so I'm probably gonna put myself in the hospital one way or another. I'm probably gonna find a way to accidentally ingest the resin. Like, I think that'll happen to me. Like, I'm not good at this. But yeah, once these dolls go on sale, I could maybe see myself buying them. I just hate that I would have to make the accessories myself with resin. Because again, I'm not a resin person. I don't own a UV light that would make it dry faster. Is that how it works? I don't even know. The most I know about resin is that Delightful tried to do it one time, and I was watching that video and I was like, that looks fun. Resin looks tasty. That was my only takeaway. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. That's everything I wanted to talk about today. Rainbow High just kind of seems to be on this perpetual downward spiral, and it's really sad to see, considering it was one of the greatest doll lines, like, of the modern doll era. I'd actually go as far as to say Rainbow High, like, Series 3 onward, definitely became, like, one of the greats of doll lines, just kind of in general. Like, Series 1 and 2 were okay. I was into them, but I think when Series 3 and onward came on, that's what, like, really sold me on them, because those dolls were amazing. And they only got better from there on out. It's just kind of sad to see Rainbow High has become, like, a shell of its former self, to the point that even the Series 1 dolls are better than what we're getting now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. So, yeah, good luck to anyone getting the Carol G. Bratz doll tomorrow, because that's when she goes in stock. Yeah. Bye!